You're listening to the Core Factors audio library, spoken versions of Core Factors articles and research created to support accessibility and for listening on the go. This piece is titled Emotionally Intelligent Communication, the Hidden Driver of Engagement. The following narration preserves the original content and intent of the written article.
Emotionally intelligent communication, the hidden driver of engagement. Why engagement starts with communication. Organizations invest heavily in improving engagement, yet global engagement levels remain nearly unchanged. Surveys evolve, platforms update, recognition programs expand, and still the results rarely move. The reason is often simpler than it appears. Engagement is not built through systems. It is built through communication. When employees feel heard, informed, and valued, they engage. When they feel ignored or dismissed, they disengage. The difference lies not only in what leaders say, but in how they say it. Emotional intelligence is the ability to communicate with self-awareness, empathy, and authenticity. It turns information into connection and transforms a message into meaning. Research consistently reinforces this point. Managers account for the majority of variance in engagement across teams. Technology and process matter, but the emotional quality of communication determines connection. Communication is not a soft skill. It is the emotional infrastructure of engagement. Engagement is an emotional outcome. Many organizations approach engagement as a structural problem, something to be solved with tools, dashboards, or programs. But engagement is an emotional outcome, not an operational one. Employees engage when they feel seen, trusted, and valued. Research shows that feeling genuinely valued and connected is one of the strongest predictors of retention. When leaders communicate with empathy and meaning, turnover risk drops significantly. When communication feels transactional or dismissive, disengagement grows quietly. Every interaction between a leader and an employee either strengthens engagement or weakens it. A one-on-one conversation, a project update, or a team message is never just informational. Each is an emotional exchange. Leaders who recognize this use emotional intelligence as a lens for communication, shaping tone and delivery to create connection rather than compliance. The emotional dimension of communication. Emotionally intelligent communication blends clarity with awareness. It means managing not only what is said, but the emotional tone and intent behind it. A clear message delivered without empathy can still miss the mark. Emotionally intelligent communication draws on 4 interconnected capabilities: self-awareness, recognizing one's own emotional state, and how it may influence tone and assumptions. Self-regulation, managing emotional reactions such as frustration, urgency, or defensiveness before they shape communication. Other awareness, accurately perceiving emotional cues in others, especially during uncertainty or stress. Other engagement, responding in ways that acknowledge, validate, and strengthen trust. Core Factors EQ Accelerator measures these behaviors and reveals where intention and impact diverge. Leaders may intend to reassure or inspire, but the emotional tone of their message may create confusion or distance instead. When communication is emotionally intelligent, people feel respected, informed, and included. Engagement follows naturally. Why communication breaks down. Communication rarely fails because leaders lack information. It fails because emotion interferes with clarity. Under pressure, tone shortens. Urgency replaces patience. Empathy fades behind efficiency. 3 common breakdowns appear repeatedly in research and assessment data. Leaders overestimate their clarity, believing they are transparent while employees experience inconsistency or gaps. Emotional overload shifts tone unintentionally, turning urgency into irritation. In virtual or hybrid environments, emotional cues are harder to read, increasing misinterpretation. This gap between intention and impact is what Core Factors describes as the development gap. Measuring it allows leaders to recognize misalignment and adjust in real time. Emotional intelligence turns communication from reactive to responsive. The mechanics of emotionally intelligent communication. Emotionally intelligent communication can be developed intentionally. The EQ Accelerator's framework provides a practical structure. Start with self-awareness. Notice the emotion you are bringing into the conversation. Apply self-regulation. Slow down and choose intention over reaction. Practice other awareness. Observe emotional signals, silence, tone, and pacing. Close with other engagement. Acknowledge what you've heard, check for understanding, and reinforce that the conversation mattered. This process transforms communication from transactional to relational. It replaces assumption with empathy and builds credibility through consistency. Research consistently links emotionally intelligent communication with lower stress, stronger trust, and improved morale. Empathy creates clarity with compassion. Communication as an engagement strategy. Communication is the bridge between culture and lived experience. When communication is emotionally intelligent, engagement becomes sustainable. Regular, meaningful conversations are among the strongest predictors of engagement and productivity. Employees who receive consistent recognition and developmental feedback are significantly more likely to stay. Emotionally intelligent communication drives engagement through three mechanisms: clarity, reducing uncertainty and anxiety; connection, building trust through empathy and inclusion; recognition, reinforcing meaning and value in work. Communication is not a peripheral leadership skill. It is the medium through which engagement either grows or fades. For practitioners, teaching emotionally intelligent communication. For coaches and development professionals, the goal is to help leaders move from message delivery to emotional dialogue. Effective development focuses on 4 practices: assess, using EQ data to identify communication blind spots; practice through scenario-based learning that mirrors real emotional pressure; reflect, using the what, so what, now what model after key interactions. What happened? So what was the emotional impact? Now what could be adjusted? Reinforce through ongoing feedback so communication skills evolve through repetition, not one-time insight. When measurement and reflection work together, emotional intelligence becomes a habit rather than an aspiration. The conversation advantage. Engagement grows through conversation, not programs. Every exchange between a leader and a team member is a moment of truth that either builds trust or erodes it. Emotionally intelligent communication provides a durable advantage. It strengthens relationships, increases loyalty, and sustains clarity during uncertainty. As automation and AI handle more operational tasks, the emotional dimension of work becomes the defining element of leadership. Communication grounded in emotional intelligence keeps organizations human, cohesive, and resilient. Through tools like the EQ Accelerator, Core Factors helps organizations measure and develop the communication behaviors that truly drive engagement.
This concludes the audio version of this Core Factors article. You can explore the full written version and additional practitioner resources at corefactors.com.